Hey you guys, it's Lauren. So in today's video, we'll be talking about brand new skincare. Well, brand new as of 2020. These are the best skincare releases, in my opinion, of 2020. Like, so many good releases from a lot of different brands. I have some K-Beauty in here, some Biossance, this awesome toner, a new cleanser that I love. There were so many good releases. A lot of, I don't know, there were definitely a couple repetitive things. We saw a lot of celebrity skincare lines come out, but there's a lot of standouts for me. I did a whole reel on this on my Instagram feed, so go ahead and check that out. It was just a short clip, and that was kind of what inspired me to do this video. I'm like, you know what? I need to go in more detail and give these products some more love that they deserve. So without further ado, we'll just go ahead and get right into it. Be sure to stay tuned till the end of the video because I'll be talking about the worst of the worst, the most disappointing skincare release of 2020, but that's in the end of the video. Don't mind my mess behind me. That's where I take all my Instagram shots. My poor dining room. So by far my most favorite moisturizer release of the year has to go to Pharmacy's Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. When I heard the ingredients in this, that, you know, it was going to be this thick, rich, buttery cream, that it has ceramides and shea butter, I'm like, yes, that sounds exactly what my dry skin needs. And I have to tell you, I was so impressed by this formula. It has this thick, rich, luxurious texture that melts into the skin. It leaves this gorgeous dew to the skin. It doesn't sit on the surface of your skin. I feel like it's quick absorbing, but it still leaves almost like this beautiful, like silky texture to your skin. It's so lush and velvety smooth. It's so beautiful. It gives this pretty dew to the skin, really intensely moisturizing. I do have to say, if you are on the oily side, I do not think you'd be a fan of this. It's definitely thick, and it has that thick shea butter ingredient. So it's an inclusive moisturizer. You're going to get the hydration. It might be a little too much for some people, but I love it so much. And you can see my love for this is apparent. I went through this pretty quick. I can't take all the credit though. I definitely think my husband dug into this a few times. He liked it as well. He's like, oh, where's that honey moisturizer? I need that. That stuff's so good. He gets these red flaky patches, and he said this really heals his skin. So yeah, it works for him. It works for me with my super dry skin. I love this. I love that it includes the ceramides as well. Ceramides are the building blocks of your skin. They keep moisture in. It's so great. I love it. Great job to Pharmacy. Cannot get enough of this. I will definitely be repurchasing this. And then another one was by Derma. This is their Skin Distress Calming CBD Cleanser. This is hemp seed oil in here. And I always have my guard up with these CBD skincare products. I feel like they're a little gimmicky. There is something to be said about the anti-inflammatory properties of CBD in skincare, but there's not a ton of studies on it. But I do feel like this soothes my skin, and it really does a great job with cleansing my skin. No stripping. It doesn't leave my skin feeling dry. It just leaves it feeling clean. And even I can rinse off a full face of makeup easily with this cleanser, and it's super gentle. It has this milky consistency that lathers up into not a super rich lather, but just enough to break down makeup, and there's no residue left behind. I really was impressed by this one. So yeah, another one of my favorite releases by Derma here. And then my favorite SPF of the year has to go to Supergoop for their Glow Screen. This is an SPF of 40, and I love this because it has this intense glow. It's not for the faint of heart if you don't like a really shimmery look to your skin, but you can kind of, what I like about it, you can work with it. So I apply this obviously all over my face, and then I'll take another, like a powder SPF, and just kind of take down the shininess of my T-zone, and it gives the prettiest dewy sheen to your skin. It's so gorgeous without being like glittery. It just looks really flattering. It gives this youthful glow. It is gorgeous, and it wears well underneath makeup, especially if you like matte foundations, but maybe you don't like that super dull look to a matte foundation. You want something to brighten up your face a little bit. This is great for wearing underneath foundations. It is a really pretty sunscreen. I love it. It's a chemical sunscreen. It does have that strong chemical smell, and it can sting your eyes, so just keep that in mind. But it's just great. I love the formula, and I love that dewy sheen. So pretty. So that was one of my favorite glowy SPF releases. While we're on the SPF train, let's talk about Biossance SPF release. Was there anybody else dying to see Biossance come out with an SPF? All their formulas are so great. I knew their SPF would be just as great. And it really is. I love this just creamy, liquidy lotion. It's thin enough to where it blends into your skin really seamlessly, but it still feels like thick and moisturizing. Like it feels like a thick, occlusive moisturizer, which I love that it can double as my moisturizer, because obviously you really don't want to combine your SPF and moisturizer, and this is just a 2-for-1 product. Love it. This is a squalene and zinc sheer mineral sunscreen. So if you're not about the chemical SPFs, give this one a go. It has this initial white cast that, I have to be honest, scared me a little bit. I'm like, uh-oh, this looks like it's gonna really wash me out, but it really does blend it into the skin so nicely to just leave a moisturized, hydrated look to the skin. Wears nice underneath foundations. Even on its own it looks really good, but see how kind of white it looks initially, but even see after a few seconds it did blend out, and it does look even with my other hand. Brands are really stepping it up when it comes to these zinc oxide based sunscreens. It's really hard to get a decent formula. A lot of them can be thick, they have a white cast, but Biossance did a great job with this SPF. I love it, and I love that I get the moisture. It is squalene based, so you're getting that occlusive nature from this. You're getting that moisturization. It is a beautiful SPF. I would love to see even more SPF formulas come out from Biossance. Maybe even one with a higher SPF and I don't know, maybe with a lighter tinted formulation, maybe more of like a glowy base to it. But this is great. I really feel like I get enough protection with this, and I just like that it works with makeup and it gives my skin the moisture it craves. And then I have another pharmacy product. This is their Whipped Greens Oil-Free Foaming Cleanser. Beautiful creamy consistency. It foams up into this rich, luxurious lather. Like, this feels like a high-end cleanser. So I really like that about this, and it's super moisturizing, but it really does the job. Just like the, what were we talking about earlier? The Derm E. This is a little lighter. I would say this is a little bit more hydrating, and you get more of like a sudsing action from this one. And this just feels a little bit more luxury, and I love the way it soaps up, and it's a really nice, thick, creamy cleanser. So great for dry skin. I was definitely hesitant because I did not get along with their Super Greens moisturizer. I felt like that was really drying, but this pleasantly surprised me. I love that creamy consistency. Really great. This is a great release from a pharmacy. And then I have to go and throw in another moisturizer in here. This one by Dear Claire's. Dear Claire's is a Korean skincare brand. The Fundamental Water Gel Cream has such a beautiful, unique consistency. It's super watery. It's called a gel cream, but honestly, it's almost like a watery cream texture. It's slightly runny, but thick enough. It absorbs so quickly into the skin. Great ingredients. There's panthenol. We have green tea. Green tea is great for brightening the skin. Soothing rice extracts in here. Hyaluronic acid. We have jojoba esters. There's also sunflower seed oil in here, which I was happy to see the sunflower seed oil, because sometimes with a gel cream, they're not heavy enough for my dry skin. So maybe it's the oil that's giving me the moisturization, but this is such a beautifully hydrating cream. It packs in the hydration. I was so impressed by this, and mostly for this unique texture. I don't know if you can tell how that's kind of just going up with the sides of the jar, but you can see how thin it is. So I definitely had my guard up. I didn't know if this would be super moisturizing, but Kelly Driscoll talked about this one a lot, and she gives great K-beauty recommendations. So I had to pick this up, and I'm so happy I did. I love the hydration I get from this. Ingredients are great. It's fragrance free, and it's so quick absorbing. So if you're looking for a moisturizer that gives you that water-like burst of hydration, but you don't want something super thick, this is perfect. I love this so much. Yes, Dear Claire's did a great job with this one. Another one of my favorite moisturizer releases. And last but not least, for my favorites, has to go to this Pixi Retinol Eye Cream. Another one I was very pleasantly surprised by. Pixi either has these like holy grails for me or complete duds. But this is definitely a holy grail product. The ingredient list is amazing. I mean, if you're looking for an affordable anti-aging eye cream, this is it. You're getting so much bang for your buck with this product. So you're getting retinol in here. So most important anti-aging, or should I say the most effective anti-ager, is retinol. Pretty high up there. It comes in after panthenol, but you also have avocado, you have glycerin, you have shea butter, you have squalene, you have caffeine, which is great to see in eye cream. You also have peptides, so many amazing ingredients, no fragrance, which I love to see. Just a great buy. Unfortunately, this is not available at Ulta anymore, so you can only pick it up on Pixi's website. I'll leave the link down below. It has this thick, buttery, super nourishing consistency to it, which I like to see in an eye cream. I don't want a super watery, gel-like eye cream. I want something that's going to be occlusive underneath the eyes, and this is it right here. It really does the trick. It holds on moisture. It keeps my under eye really moisturized, and I love that you have the retinol in here, and I've never gotten any irritation from this. I will say when I first started using this, I remember witnessing a little bit of peeling, and I thought I wasn't getting enough hydration. I'm like, why are my under eyes so dry? And I'm like, duh, it's because there's a retinol in here. It's actually doing its job. It's doing that exfoliating action. It's bringing those newer cells to the surface of the skin to build up collagen, to build up elastin, all these wonderful things that retinol does. So this is an amazing eye cream. I love this so much. Great buy, a huge winner from Pixi in my book. All right, now last but not least, the big #1 fail of the year, the #1 skincare release that I just thought was a major flop, has to go to Drunk Elephant's F-Bomb Electrolyte Water Facial. This is a pretty expensive product. I mean, it's $52. And I don't really understand what this is supposed to do, first of all. So you can use it as a mask. A lot of people were saying that they use it as a serum underneath the moisturizer just to give them some extra moisturization to get the niacinamide benefit, because it does have some nice ingredients in here. You have squalene, so you're getting some, hopefully, hydration from that, and then you're getting the niacinamide. But the big reason why this was a major miss in my eyes, this is supposed to be a water facial, right? I'm thinking I'm gonna get this huge burst of moisture. You get that initial cooling factor, but every time I use this, for whatever reason, the next morning my skin feels dry and tight. I was trying to attribute the dryness to something else. I'm like, did I just not drink enough water the day before? Is it the weather? Is it just because it's super cold out? Is it there's no humidity in there? Like, what is it? No, it was every time I used this water facial. I was so excited about this because this sounds like a dry skin gal's dream, but for me this was super drying. So bummed, because you guys know I have so many favorites from Drunk Elephant. Love their TLC baby facial. I love the polypeptide cream. They have a lot of winners, but unfortunately this was a big fail in my book. So bummer there. Let me know if you've tried this and your thoughts. Yeah, just dried out my skin way too much. Let me know what your major disappointment of the year was. Also your favorite skincare release. I'd love to hear from you guys. This was a super fun one. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.